Imagine this. You're 42. You drive a clean BMW. You live alone. You're stable. You've survived heartbreak, business losses, and life. You finally start talking to a younger woman. She's 25. Sharp, confident, social, emotionally expressive. At first, she's curious. She asks you about your life, your experience, your mindset. And then, something shifts. Replies slow down. Energy drops. Her tone changes. Not because you're older. Not because you're unattractive. But because you unknowingly activated a few habits that younger women emotionally switch off from instantly. Let me say this clearly before we go further. Younger women are not rejecting older men. They are rejecting emotional patterns that kill polarity. And today I'm going to expose the 7 habits older men fall into that silently destroy attraction with younger women. Not surface-level dating advice, real female psychology, real emotional dynamics, and more importantly, exactly what to do instead. Because if you fix these 7 habits, your age stops being a disadvantage. It becomes a psychological advantage. और हाँ, ये वीडियो उन मेन के लिए है जो सीरियस हैं अपनी मैस्कुलिनिटी, इमोशनल कंट्रोल और लॉन्ग टर्म अट्रैक्शन के बारे में. Stay till the end. Because the final habit is the one that destroys attraction even faster than being needy. Habit 1. Using your age as authority instead of presence. This is the first and most dangerous habit. Older men often unconsciously believe, I've lived more. I know better. I should guide her. So what do? They correct her opinions. They lecture her decisions. They over-explain life. They turn every emotional conversation into a lesson. Here's the real scenario. She talks about her job. You reply with, when you get older, you'll understand how the real world works. She talks about a relationship mistake. You say, I warned you. Women your age always do this. It sounds harmless. It sounds mature, but psychologically, you just removed romantic polarity. You replaced attraction with hierarchy, female psychology insight. A younger woman does not want a teacher in a romantic context. She wants emotional presence, not emotional superiority. She wants to feel seen, not corrected. Emotional spike. From her nervous system's point of view, you are no longer a man she feels curiosity toward. You are a man who positions himself above her emotional reality. Actionable fix. When she shares something emotional, do not respond with solutions first. Instead, mirror the feeling. Example, that actually sounds overwhelming. Then pause. Let her expand. Leadership in attraction is emotional containment, not emotional instruction. Cliffhanger, because the second habit is even worse, and most older men don't even realize they're doing it. Habit 2, trying to impress with stability instead of energy. Older men often sell stability. I'm settled. I don't do drama. I'm financially secure. I want something serious. And yes, stability is attractive, but not by itself. Younger women are wired for emotional stimulation before long-term security. Here's the painful truth. If your entire personality becomes routine, predictability, safety, low emotional range, you turn into emotional furniture. Female psychology insight. Attraction is created by emotional movement, not emotional flatness. Not emotional safety alone. Emotional spike. Many older men talk like this. I wake up, go to work, go gym, come home, relax. And that's fine. But where is your emotional energy? Your curiosity? Your playfulness? Your unpredictability? Actionable fixes. Lead conversations into experiences, not logistics. Share moments of curiosity, not just achievements. Introduce playful contrast into serious conversations. Occasionally change routines intentionally. Attraction needs emotional texture, not emotional perfection. Habit 3. Over-explaining your intentions too early. This kills attraction brutally. Older men often fear wasting time, so they reveal everything immediately. I'm looking for marriage. I don't play games. I'm serious about you. I don't want casual. Sounds mature, but psychologically, you just removed emotional tension. Female psychology insight. Desire grows in stages. Security grows in clarity. Most men destroy desire by injecting clarity too early. Emotional spike. When a younger woman feels emotionally secured before emotional bonding, her nervous system relaxes too quickly. Relaxation kills romantic momentum. Actionable fix. Replace declarations with consistent behavior. Let your reliability be observed. Not announced. Say less. Demonstrate more. Mystery is not manipulation. It is emotional pacing. Habit 4. Trauma dumping and life complaining. This is one of the fastest attraction killers with younger women. Older men often open up about divorce, cheating ex-wife, court cases, business stress, family drama, health problems. They think vulnerability creates closeness. But timing matters. Female psychology insight. Early-stage vulnerability should reveal emotional intelligence, not emotional exhaustion. Emotional spike. A younger woman subconsciously asks, "Will I have to emotionally carry this man?" When you unload heavy life pain too early, you trigger caretaker energy. Caretaker energy destroys sexual polarity. Actionable fix. Share lessons, not wounds. Example. Instead of, "My ex destroyed my trust," say, "That relationship taught me how important emotional boundaries are." Same truth, different emotional frame. Habit 5. Trying to buy respect with lifestyle. This is subtle and dangerous. Older men often overuse restaurants, gifts, trips, convenience to compensate for emotional uncertainty. Female psychology insight. When investment arrives before emotional attachment, it reduces perceived value. It creates emotional imbalance. Emotional spike. A younger woman doesn't feel special. She feels purchased. Actionable fix. Delay material generosity. Increase emotional leadership instead. Lead dates. Lead pacing. Lead logistics calmly. Lead emotional tone. Status attracts. Provision doesn't replace polarity. Habit 6. Being emotionally available on demand. This is the habit that destroys masculine frame. Older men often pride themselves on being dependable. Always replying. Always available. Always accommodating. Female psychology insight. Availability without boundaries feels empty, not attractive. Emotional spike. A younger woman must feel that your life is already full. She is invited into it, not responsible for filling it. Actionable fixes. Protect your schedule. Don't cancel plans easily. Don't reply immediately every time. End conversations first occasionally. Presence must be chosen, not guaranteed. Habit 7. Losing sexual confidence through overrespect. This is the most misunderstood habit. Older men often overcorrect. They become extremely careful, extremely polite, extremely restrained. They wait. They hesitate. They ask for verbal permission constantly even when comfort is obvious. Female psychology insight. Sexual confidence is not aggression. It is calm direction. Emotional spike. When a man is unsure of his own desire, a woman becomes unsure of his masculinity. Actionable fixes, consent-based and grounded. Lead physical proximity slowly. Maintain eye contact before touch. Move closer gradually. Let silence build tension. Observe body language instead of over-verbalizing. Confidence is communicated through grounded movement, not verbal reassurance. The deeper pattern behind all 7 habits. Now let's go deeper. All 7 habits come from one emotional root. Fear. Fear of being replaced. Fear of wasting time. Fear of rejection. Fear of age disadvantage. And fear makes men try to control outcomes. But attraction is not controlled. It is invited. Younger women do not reject older men because of wrinkles. They reject emotional frames that feel rigid, heavy, predictable, emotionally needy, or emotionally superior. How to rebuild attraction as an older man. Now I'm going to give you practical structure, not motivation, not theory. Real behavioral recalibration. Reset 1. Emotional pace control. Stop compressing emotional stages. Let curiosity exist. Let conversations breathe. Let attraction build before commitment talk. Reset 2. Identity expansion. Your life must be emotionally alive, not only financially stable. New hobbies. Social exposure. Creative outlets. Physical challenge. Your nervous system must carry novelty. Reset 3. Conversational polarity. Reduce explanation. Increase observation. Ask experiential questions. Let her lead emotional depth occasionally. Reset 4. Sexual leadership without pressure. Stop seeking verbal approval for every micro step. Read. Breathing. Leaning. Eye contact. Body openness. Then move calmly. Then pause. Then allow response. Reset 5. Boundaries as attraction. Say no sometimes. Delay sometimes. Leave early sometimes. Attraction grows when your time has gravity. Real. Life scenario. Let me show you how this plays out. You're 45. She's 27. You meet for coffee. She talks about quitting her job. Old you says, you shouldn't do that. You need security. New you says, that sounds like a big decision. What part excites you the most? One sentence difference. But psychologically, one creates hierarchy, the other creates emotional presence. Jealousy in other men. Another critical area. Older men panic when younger women have options. They become controlling or overly agreeable. Both destroy attraction. Correct frame. You are not competing. You are selecting. Observe consistency. Observe availability. Observe emotional reliability. Never interrogate. Never compare. The biggest mistake after a good date. Many older men send, I really enjoyed tonight. It was great to meet you. You're different. That's fine. But then they follow with emotional momentum. Long messages. Future talk. Reassurance. Stop. Leave emotional space. Let anticipation grow. Why are younger women often drawn to older men, even when younger men are more energetic, more available, and closer to their lifestyle? Here's the paradox. Younger women are naturally drawn to calm, emotional stability, self-control, leadership, security, but only when those traits are combined with playfulness, curiosity, desire, energy. Without energy, calm becomes dull. Without desire, stability becomes platonic. And this is where most men completely misunderstand the dynamic. They think it's about money, or status, or control. It's not. It's about nervous system polarity. A younger woman's life is often emotionally fast. Social media, attention, options, validation loops, emotional highs and lows. In that chaos, she subconsciously looks for something that feels anchored. An older man who has lived, failed, rebuilt, learned, he often moves slower. Speaks less, reacts less. He doesn't panic when plans change. He doesn't spiral over delayed replies. He doesn't compete for validation in the same frantic way. That calm feels safe. Not safe as in boring, safe as in grounded. But here's where most older men fail. They assume calm alone is enough. It's not. Calm without edge becomes fatherly. Stability without desire becomes mentorship. Security without spark becomes comfort. And comfort does not create romantic tension. The real attraction happens at the intersection of grounded masculinity and youthful vitality. A younger woman is not looking for an older man to become her parent. She's looking for someone whose emotional system is stronger than hers, but whose spirit is still alive. Think about it. If an older man has discipline, structure, emotional regulation, but he's curious, playful, open to new experiences, he becomes magnetic. Because now she feels both, safety and excitement, depth and spark, structure and spontaneity. That combination is rare. Younger men often bring energy, but lack emotional control. Some older men bring control, but lack energy. The man who has both becomes unforgettable. Another truth most men won't admit. Younger women are highly sensitive to confidence that doesn't need approval. An older man who has already built things, lost things, survived things. He often doesn't need constant validation. He doesn't chase every notification. He doesn't measure his worth through attention. That independence creates attraction. But again, only if he still carries desire. Desire is critical. Not desperation. Not thirst. Not over-pursuit. Desire. The subtle energy that says, I choose you. I don't need you. When desire is present, calm becomes dominant. When desire is absent, calm becomes passive. Younger women are drawn to men who can lead emotionally without controlling physically. Leadership here doesn't mean telling her what to do. It means you lead your time, your direction, your emotional tone. If plans change, you adapt. If she tests, you smile. If she pulls back, you don't collapse. That emotional steadiness feels powerful because many younger men are still learning it. Now let's address the uncomfortable part. Some older men try to compete with younger men by pretending to be younger. They overcompensate, dress unnaturally, use slang awkwardly, try too hard to be trendy. That kills attraction, because what draws her in is not your imitation of youth. It's your integration of maturity and vitality. You don't need to outparty a 25-year-old. You need to outground him, and then bring just enough spark to keep things alive. Energy matters. If you're disciplined but physically neglected, attraction fades. If you're stable but emotionally flat, tension disappears. Train your body. Stay curious. Travel. Build projects. Laugh easily. When your life is expanding, your age becomes an advantage instead of a number. There's also a deeper psychological layer. Attraction often forms around perceived competence. An older man who has developed skills, experience, social intelligence, and he often feels competent in the world. That competence creates a sense of direction. Direction is attractive, especially to someone still exploring who they are. But this only works when it's authentic. If you use age as authority, it becomes arrogance. If you use experience as superiority, it becomes condescension. True magnetism comes from relaxed confidence. Younger women are not attracted to age itself. They are attracted to emotional depth combined with vitality. They want to feel seen, not judged, led, not controlled, desired and not owned, safe but not bored. So here's the real secret. The attraction is not about years lived. It's about integration. If you have calm without suppression, stability without rigidity, leadership without ego, security without complacency, and you pair it with playfulness, curiosity, sexual energy, physical vitality, you become rare, and rarity creates value. So if you are an older man wondering why some younger women seem drawn to you, it's not random. It's the emotional signal you're sending. And if you're not seeing that attraction, don't blame age. Ask yourself, have you kept your energy alive? Because without energy, calm becomes dull. Without desire, stability becomes platonic. But when maturity and vitality meet, attraction becomes natural. Final takeaway, your age is not the problem. Listen carefully. Your age is not killing attraction. Your emotional positioning is, you don't need to act younger. You need to become emotionally lighter, emotionally grounded, emotionally playful, emotionally contained. So remember the 7 habits younger women hate when older men do this. Using age as authority, selling stability without energy, over-explaining intentions early, trauma dumping, buying connection, being available without boundaries, losing sexual leadership. Fix these, and something shifts. Your presence becomes felt, not evaluated. Your masculinity becomes grounded, not performative. Your attraction becomes natural, not negotiated. With that said, stop trying to convince younger women. Start becoming a man whose emotional frame is already complete. Because the man who does not emotionally rush outcomes is the man women feel safe exploring desire with. And that is real power.